shite water goes in, it wipes the memory of the water. So it wipes it clean, but then it has an added element to it, and that is that it actually infuses the memory of the water with, I think it's up to 100 springs, mountain springs from throughout the world. And it has a very, very strong implosion. It has an inner core, and within the core, it contains water that has been infused with the memory of these springs. When you put your glass of, it can be anything, wine or any substance, and you spin the water through, and on the energetic side, you can actually place a drink, and it actually gets energized. It actually gets the memory from the water within the vitalizer. It's just amazing.
Welcome to the Mark Attwood Show, Adventures in a Cosmic Suit. How are you? I just had 11 hours sleep. This is early in the morning for me, but pretty pleased to have 11 hours sleep. Yeah. So we're going to talk about healing stuff today, but I'm going to be talking specifically about something I've been requested for, right? So if I just show you this video quickly, this is the Live 5D YouTube channel, and down here is this video. I'll just show you this quickly. But my name is Mark Attwood, and I am one of the co-founders of Live 5D Health, which is a healing center, health and wellness store, hydrogen bar in Boyle in Roscommon. And it's a private members club, but everybody's welcome to join. All you've got to do is sign a form. It's free to join. Now, I wanted to share this with you because here, this is a whole building. So we're in I think it's 3-story office building originally, and we've taken a lot of space on the first floor to house our healing modalities, which is red light beds, UV beds. UV beds are actually good for you. Did you know that? Hyperbaric oxygen therapy, exercise with oxygen therapy, light and sound therapy, holographic sound therapy. We're building a sauna and a steam room at the moment, and we thought it was extremely important to install something that would make those things truly healing and truly magical. So what we've done firstly is install this massive filter, right? So all the water coming in to the building is clean beyond reproach. But then this is the magic. This is the first one installed outside of Germany, I think. This is a device which spins the water. So the water comes through the filter, out of here, and then it's spun. It's got a copper coil. It's got the frequencies, I think, of 27. I might be wrong on the number. Pristine wells throughout Europe encoded into it. It's got other magic stuff in it. So you can see from that video that, firstly, I wear the same shirt all the time. Secondly, it's quite obvious from my face why I needed 11 hours sleep. And thirdly, I probably got all the facts wrong about what's in that device. But I'm going to bring on the guys that know about this, my friends from the Netherlands, Hans and Peter. How you doing?
We're doing
Morning,
fine.
Mark.
Got my Kelby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
The stomatites are still, the balls are still ringing.
Yeah, the balls are in the water.
It should help you get awake again after this 11-hour sleep.
Well, that and a load of coffee. I've been sleeping so much, it's ridiculous, but I didn't realize how tired I was. Anyway, forget all that. What's that device? I know I've got the facts and figures wrong, but we got that from you, and we've got a second one as well. Have you seen the sensor since we've had the spa finished, and now we've got that one as a feature over the... So it's super. Do you want to explain that device? Because a lot of people have said, where'd you get those from? What do they do exactly? And you were the guys that we got it from, so...
Well, Peter, do you want to do that?
No, Hans, take it away.
Shoot.
Well, there you go.
It's first of all, it's actually the device that Peter and I started with when we started Dragonfly, because our main starting point is water, right? Water is life. So if you don't get the water right, then you don't get life right. We were far too early, to be honest, because this is a device that goes on your mains. Because the reason actually that we started with that is that although it's very important to drink good water, and there's all sorts of methods to make your drinking water better, which includes actually this device. I think very few people actually realize that you actually take on a lot more water through your skin, which is your biggest organ.
Yeah.
And so it's extremely important. It's far more important to actually have something on your mains so that you shower and bath in good water. Because your skin just takes it in. I mean, if it's chlorine, it just goes straight into your skin. So it's important to have a good vitalizer and to shower and to bath with it. Far more important than it is to drink. So this is a German device because Peter, in all his wisdom, I don't know where he gets it, but he said, we only want to shove boxes, meaning, you know, you need to have something that is ready to go. It's certified, blah, blah, blah. There's lots of inventors that make very good vitalizers, but this is a German device. It is TÜV geprüft, also that means that it's been totally, it's certified. There's a 5-year warranty on it, and it's one of the best in the market.
Es ist TÜV geprüft.
TÜV geprüft, jawohl. So we opted for this, and it also has. It's comparable to like a Grander, which is an Austrian brand, but this brand is actually it has a lot of technology in it. But the essence is shite water goes in, it wipes the memory of the water, so it wipes it clean, but then it has an added element to it, and that is that it actually infuses the memory of the water with, I think it's up to 100 springs, mountain springs from throughout the world. And that's a fairly unique thing. And it has a very, very strong implosion.
So, sorry, how does it do that with the frequencies?
Yeah, it's basically it has an inner core, which also is based on biogeometry. I mean, there's a lot of technology in it, and within the core, it contains water that has been infused with the memory of these springs. So literally, the water passes over this core and gets the information. I mean, it's a lot of fun to actually. I was hoping you were going to set it up differently in Boyle, but you can actually, when you put your glass of, it can be anything, wine or any substance, and you spin the water through, and on the energetic side, you can actually place a drink like whatever, and it actually gets energized. It actually gets the memory from the water within the vitalizer. It's just amazing. This is how they show it when they go onto shows. They actually talk to you, switch on the pump, and even in that manner, it still changes the memory of the water that it is actually not linked to. It's actually just sitting on top of it.
Yeah.
So the most important elements are wiping the memory, because the memory of any water out here is, I mean, we're told that we have great water in Holland. We do not. We actually die earlier from it, in my humble view.
Same everywhere else.
Yeah. So you need to, but this is the beauty of Mother Nature. Simply by spinning, you will already wipe the memory. So, and it has a very strong implosion. So there's a lot of energy that goes into the water. Of course, I have it in my home. And when I didn't have it in my home, I could literally feel that there was less energy within the water. So yeah, for us, this was a logical choice, and it's also definitely for us one of the better ones on the market.
Yeah, well, you mentioned Grander there, and I installed a Grander device to my house. I think I've spent probably 15,000 euros over the years on different things to make sure that the water coming into my house is clean and alive and vital and hydrogen, etc., etc. A lot of people watching this will go, "Oh, that's all right for you. They're really expensive. I can't afford that," kind of thing. But my view on that is that, well, what is an expense? Because you're literally being killed by the water. I've known this for many, many years, which is why we connected with you, which is why me and Gary invested to get this thing into the healing center. In fact, we've got 2 there because we wanted to make sure that the water in our spa, but not just our spa, but our members can actually, we've created a water feature where people can come and fill up and get free water if they can't afford that near us. But what can people do if you must get people say, "Oh, this is too expensive"? What is there anything else they can do if something like this is beyond their price range? Because is there a way of communally getting these things?
It's
some people watching this will go, "Yeah, I want one," and I'll put a link below the video if you want to go and get one. But I do know there'll be people going, "Oh, it's all right for you. This is really expensive." But what's your answer to that?
Well,
Because
the thing there is there's a discussion about price, or there's a discussion about value.
Yeah.
And if you value your health and you are prepared to pay a lot of medical bills because you're getting slowly chronically ill over the years, the reason we took the water swirl is that a 5-year guarantee on the materials and a lifelong use of the equipment. You can install it, you can take it out. When you move house, you can just put a piece of pipe back and you take the cylinder out. And so it's a long-term investment. It's like it's like buying anything for your use. You use it every day on all the water in your house. So even though some of the devices start at €3,500, if you divide it by 2 years, it's really a minimum investment in your health and in your yield, actually, because you will gain a lot of advantages for your equipment, like for your dishwashers, your washing machine, for your garden, for your pets. The whole quality of your water use will go up. And when we started 6 years ago with the water swirl solution, we first of all said, well, we need to go industrial and we need to go agricultural. And so we did. So we did a lot of farmers with chickens, with cows, with horses, with pigs, and they saw an immense improvement in the health of the animals, obviously. Yeah. Then we went into the glass houses, the hydroponics, everything that uses water to grow plants. Now that went very well. And like Hans was saying, the last 2 years we've seen a pickup of people being more conscious about, hey, hang on, what can I do to prevent me of getting more chronically ill? Because I think we are all struggling in finding healthy solutions. What can I do? Well, if you buy a home and you need to invest in your water, invest it like you've done with yourself. I mean, over the years you spend money on it, but you also saved money on it because you feel healthy and your performance goes up. So unfortunately, we can't do much about it because it's high quality stuff. It's like, yeah, you buy the Rolls Royce or you buy the Chinese the Chinese car. It gets you from A to B. If that's the only solution from getting from A to B, then obviously there's a much room between the Rolls Royce and a cheap Chinese electric car. Please don't buy those.
No, thank you.
Or don't buy any electric cars for that mean.
Absolutely.
But coming back to that, if you start to be conscious about your water, then an investment like this, even if you're really fed up with the quality you have, and you buy bottled water in plastic PET bottles, and you add up how much you spend on water in restaurants, at home, and you discuss the taste and etc. And a device on your mains in your house, in your hotel, in your restaurant it's worth any penny you put in. And it's not because we become rich of it, because we actually have the worst business plan there is. You sell one water swirl
That's it.
and you
Gone.
don't do any business anymore. You don't see him back. I mean, we have to call him and ask him after 2 years, how's it going? Because there's only a once-off sale. So yeah, we do this because we know it's important. We know it works, and yeah, that's why we started it.
Actually, there's a few more things to be said about what it does, particularly in areas like if you go to south of Europe, for instance, there's a lot of iron, there's a lot of chalk within the water. And one of the beauties of these sort of, if you have a good vitalizer, I mean, there are many out there, you will actually see that particularly where you have a lot of chalk, what the difference between a good vitalizer, and people buy machines to take out the chalk, take out the magnesium, but you actually need, those are minerals that you actually would like to drink, but they tend to clog the pipes, and they tend to clog insulations. And the beauty of a good vitalizer is that it actually softens the chalk, and it just starts cleaning the entire system. So even if you go into an old house, it'll actually clean the entire system. So this is what Peter was also referring to, that it increases the lifetime of your dishwasher or whatever it is. Secondly, which is very subtle, but definitely there, if you have vitalized water running through your house, you will also, the same with the Kelby paint, you can actually feel that the energy within the house or wherever you have is, could be in the hotel, could be in the office, you can actually feel that the energy is better, and the water is much softer. This is one of the things why they start to use this a lot more into spas and saunas and stuff like that. It really softens the water. So there's quite a few more things, benefits.
Well, I just want to show everybody a video of us putting. So if you guys haven't watched the video with Hans and Peter about what I call chi balls, but they call somatids, go and look at that. I'll put it at the end somewhere, or a link below the video. But we took this material as a powder, put it into our paint, and then put it into the walls of the sensor, which I think I've talked about in the previous video. I'm just going to, if anybody didn't see that, I'm just going to show them quickly how we did that, because some of the people that Sinead and Justine here came in and had a feel of it, and Sinead's very energy sensitive. Yeah.
You see the colour on the wall is something above it.
Slightly yellow on this wall and this wall.
So the colour differential is just because we added the quantum of powder.
Sinead's getting it. I know, I'm feeling it as well. It's right in my legs.
Yeah, because you're getting chill.
Can you feel it?
Yeah.
Come over here. Come over here.
Can you feel it?
Look at the hair that's up on your head.
Oh my God. Can you feel it? Woo! So where they're standing now is that is now the spa where they are. Yeah. And I haven't actually been in it yet because I've been away. But I spoke to Gary the other day, and he said people are coming in there and they're just loving it. They don't want to leave. So it's what that stuff's working in there as well. Plus, the other thing that is really interesting about the water, and one of the reasons why we get on so well, is because we have I wouldn't say we're on the same knowledge level, because I think you're a little bit ahead of me in some areas, quite a bit in other areas. But it's to do with the consciousness of the water. So when this comes into a house or a business like this, it has an effect on the consciousness of everybody that is near it. Is there any science that you can put on that, or explain how that works from your point of view?
Well, I think it all has to do with balancing, actually. We literally have seen people that installed the water swirl or started drinking other vitalized water. And you literally see their character changing from the inside out. This is actually why we started with the water swirl, because you don't have to argue with people. I mean, all you have to do is, if they have one of these, then their character will change from the inside out, because they simply become more balanced. And with certain people, you actually then see that they become more aware, and they're off on their path. I mean, they need to do the work, but so that's what I would say. Well, would you say, Peter?
Yeah, just coming back to yes, because if you change the frequency level within a room, or you've in an area, yeah, people will pick up the different frequencies. So we live in an energetic field, and when there's changes that motivate you or elevate you, you'll find the notice in being comfortable and bringing down your anxiety by drinking vitalized water is actually proven. We have some tests on the website. Is that levels of anxiety and stress levels will go down by drinking vitalized water. So there are some tests out there. Obviously, it's for somebody saying, okay, I drink vitalized water and nothing is happening. Then obviously you're not conscious in that, because you're waiting for an effect that it's driven from your brain and not from your heart. So we don't have very much trouble when people come into our shop and they taste waters, because we have different types of waters, and they taste the normal tap water or the summertide water or just normal vitalized water. There's a huge difference, and there's a huge difference in their demeanor, in how they look and how they feel, and the eyes are changing. Just coming back on the summertide Kelby bowls, we had a doctor friend coming in this week, and he took 50 grams of the powder, put it in the paint, and he painted the ceiling of his bedroom. And he said, I've been dreaming and sleeping like never before. And when he walked in, we said, the guy is something like 74 or 72. And he was like really looking, standing up straight, shoulders back. And he was like really present, which we noticed and say, well, what the hell happened to you? He said, well, no, I've been sleeping like anything. So doing something in your energetic field, in rooms, in spaces where you are, where you rest, sleeping is still the best healing place you can have. And losing, it's like sweating at night, using water to start healing and to start feeling better, and being able to cope with everything that life is throwing at you. Yeah, it's for us, it's a no-brainer. We're totally convinced that when you put your conscious in water, the water will help you, and you can ask water, you can talk to water. Water has a memory. We think water is a living organism. Yeah. Because it's secluded in our planet here, and it's the reason why there is life. So we are, what is it, 70% water? We are 99% water molecules. Yeah. So if I talk to you, I actually talk to your water blob. I talk to your levels of water. And my vibration of my voice, the vibration of everything that surrounds you, has an influence on you, and that's your water. So whatever you put in your mouth, it should add something, because it becomes you. You put poison in your mouth, you become poison. You put vital stuff in your mouth, you become vital. You become fit.
Sorry to interrupt the show, but I'm here in my car on a beautiful sunny day in lovely Ireland, and I just wanted to say to regular viewers of my show, you'll know that over the last 5 years I've tested probably over 1,000 different health products and modalities to try to get us through the COVID psyop, but also to help us enhance our longevity towards health sovereignty. Now, out of all the things that I've tested, there are a number of things that I use on a daily basis. And for the last 3 years, you will never see me without one of these on the back of my neck. I can't actually, if you can see it there, it's on the back of my neck. This is a LifeWave X39 patch. Well, this is actually not a patch. This is the sleeve that it comes in. This is an X39 patch, okay? This thing, you just stick on the back of your neck. And what it does is it reflects the light coming from inside your body back inside your body. So it reflects the light coming out of you back into you. But at a frequency that achieves a certain thing. They have a large range of patches that do different things, from helping you sleep better to helping you recover from pain or from exercise pain. This one in particular, the X39, is my standard thing that I wear every day, and the reason for that is because this stimulates the production inside your body of copper peptides, and copper peptides in turn stimulate stem cells. Now, I am 56 this year, and I've got more energy than my teenage kids who I'm on the way to pick up. Why is that? Well, structured clean water is part of that. A mainly carnivore diet is part of that. I do have access to things like hyperbaric oxygen and red light therapy at our healing center at live5dhealth.com, but actually I don't use them very often because I'm a workaholic. But these patches have not left my neck since I first discovered them in 2022. And I am convinced that my eyesight is better, my teeth are stronger, my arthritis has disappeared, my hair is thicker and longer. Look, there's a ponytail here. Sex drive is better. So many things are better, and I'm convinced it's because of these. If you're not convinced by me, go to themarkattwoodshow.com and search under LifeWave or stem cells. You'll see that I've done numerous interviews with numerous people giving their testimonies about LifeWave patches from all over the world. So go and have a look at those if you're not convinced. I'm going to put some QR codes on the screen. One is for the LifeWave patches themselves, which you can go and get online immediately. They are not the cheapest thing in the world. I do think they're actually less than a cup of coffee a day if you wore one a day, but and I understand that doesn't stretch everybody's budget, but they also represent an amazing sovereign business opportunity. You can get paid for recommending these. If you try the patches and you sign up to the other QR code, which is the business opportunity page, that will put you in touch with Cheryl. Cheryl works with me in the States, and she will talk you through the process and show you how to do it. All you've got to do is share a link and give your testimony. This is the way we bypass Google, we bypass press, national TV, mainstream media to grow this business, which is currently $1 billion business. It has grown leaps and bounds since 2020 because of the need of people like us who are awake, who want to sustain themselves and get through this time period so that we can get through to ascension in one piece. That's what it's all about. Freeze the video if you need to get onto the QR codes. Go to those links now. That's all for now. I hope you enjoy this message and you enjoy LifeWave, and I'll see you soon. Enjoy the show. Back to me in the studio.
Okay, so bringing up your vibration and being in a high frequency will improve your life. And vitalize water, because water is the basis of your first basis in health. Installing a vitalizer is where you can begin to start healing your family or healing yourself and feeling more healthy, feeling more vital. So bringing up the vibes, bringing up the frequency. It's that's where you start.
Yeah, for me, it's like all these other things. There's so many other modalities and products that you can use, but if you don't get your water right, that is the basis. I mean, Victor Schauberger, the famous forester, called water Mother Earth's firstborn, and I literally think that's the truth. So if you don't get that right, then it just takes away the basis for all the other stuff. Because I do believe that if you work with very good vitalized water, then all the other things actually work better. It's a sort of an add-on.
Absolutely, it's a baseline as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
And it's just I had to change location, viewers, because my battery was dying. And it's interesting. You brought up family, so it's interesting with me because my kids live between two different houses, and I'm like, the girls insist on showering at their mother's because that's where all their paraphernalia is. And I said, you need to bring that here because this water is the best water in Ireland. And I'm trying to get them to go in the spa the same reason. But the battle with the children, the teenagers especially, I'm saying this for anybody that's watching that with teenagers, is extremely difficult because I'm still, they go into the garage to buy bottled water and I have to give them a lecture every time saying, why are you wasting my money on water when you got it at home? It's because they can't, it's such a steep, it's like you said earlier, you were too early because the educational curve is so steep for a lot of people. You know, even in the clinic, when I'm there, I say, the first question I ask people is, what do you drink? What water do you drink? And, oh, I know the water's rubbish. I've got a Brita filter. And I'm like, well, I'm sorry to tell you that's not really that good. And then, understanding even that fluoride is bad for you is a big jump for a lot of people. And then and they get told in Ireland, where we live, that there's always bacteria, boil the water before you drink it. So they know the water's bad, but then they just go and buy the crap from the garage, which is just as bad. And although they understand contaminants, they don't understand structure and living water. And what we're talking about with consciousness as well with water, it is changing. For me, it all started with Emoto's pictures years ago. And once I understood that, that's when I started really going into it. But it took me years. I mean, when I first moved to Ireland in 2014, I had I bought a whole house reverse osmosis system. And I remember being in the shower. I've mentioned this on a video the other day. I remember being in the shower thinking, this water's strange. But I didn't know then that it was because it was dead. And there's a massive difference, isn't there? And
yeah, absolutely. I mean, it takes, and we're still learning. I mean, there's so much about water that we're certainly no true experts. It's
you're pretty good, guys. You're pretty good. I mean, I actually think the way we connected was because of the consciousness of water.
I do. No,
Yeah,
I mean,
we all
we
connected with
brought to
water,
each other.
But coming back on that reverse osmosis or distilled water or cooking water, obviously that sort of takes a lot of, actually takes all the life out of water. So if you ever installed a UV or you installed a reverse osmosis or a salt machine to take out other minerals, you need to revitalize your water, or you need to mineralize your water, because otherwise it's just dead water. And people understand that nowadays much better than 5 years ago. But we keep on stressing people to make sure that if you drink vitalized water, you don't need to drink that much, because there's also a big hoax on all of a sudden 10 years ago. You were doing things wrong if you didn't drink 3 liters of water a day. And actually, if you drink too much water, it flushes your kidneys, but it also flushes out all the minerals and electrolytes that you need to function properly. So drinking a lot of water is not really helping. And then secondly, on the experience with vitalized water, especially showering, but if any women are watching this, it's fantastic for your hair, it's fantastic for your skin. You will feel a lot of difference in there. And if you're lucky enough to have a spa or a sauna or a steam room or a swimming pool, then you will actually really benefit from that experience of having water that is alive, and you will feel the connection. You will get closer to nature, I would say. And it will really help you experiencing what you're supposed to be experiencing from water.
Well, this is one of the reasons why I want to keep talking to you guys and why I want to keep talking about these things, because we've got 800 plus franchise inquiries for Live 5D, for example. So anybody that wants to open a Live 5D, we are saying you should have one of these in, because that is a baseline, right? Because people's healing accelerates if you get their water right. It's as simple as that. And most people are not sick. They're toxic. They haven't got disease. They are in dis-ease. And all of this moves towards homeostasis and that amazing feeling, which means that people don't want to leave. Now, I want to move on to another subject with YouTube, but I just want to point out to the viewers that as you were talking, Peter, you reminded me that I made this video the other day, guys. If you haven't seen it, called "What Does Watch the Water Really Mean?" Go and watch that if you haven't seen that one.
Yeah, it's a very nice video.
Yeah, actually, Mark, we both went like, "Wow, that's a nice piece." So congratulations on that one. Certainly.
Well, these videos only come when they come to me, and I get told basically to make them, and then I have no scripts, and I just want to talk from the heart about these subjects because they're so fundamentally important, and people just haven't It drives me nuts, because once you understand the water, you want to tell everybody, and it's it's
And then you
fundamental.
get the first lesson in what water doesn't like, and that's being pressured. And there's just this has been very frustrating in the first years. Now we're used to it. It's like you can't change someone's consciousness by. No, it's just you have to. So it has to flow, and this is where we stopped pressuring, where we stopped selling our knowledge. It doesn't work that way. It only works on invitation. It only works on implosion. It works the other. It really is strange, but that's how Mother Nature works.
Well, I think that's exactly why the Great Awakening is taking the format that it's taken, because people won't find the will to change until they're at the precipice, to quote somebody better than me. But it's still important to keep talking about this stuff. And when you have advanced knowledge compared to the majority of people, then share it. And one of the things that, one of the other things that you guys brought to Gary's attention, I'm just going to share this video, which is now in Live 5D as well, is the holographic sound. I'm just going to show Gary here.
Okay, so I'm in here with the holographic sound unit, and what we're doing is, sounds crazy, but we're gonna program some of the paint that's gonna go on the walls in the new center. Okay, so we need to put primer on the roof, and then we're gonna use paint with magnetite that can also block harmful EMFs. So the point is to make that place a cocoon, no signals coming in, and increase the resonance in there. So with that in mind, what we're actually going to do here is we're using the holographic sound, which is here, and we're going to play natural sounds through this. And this, in between where these paint buckets are now, is a hologram. And so there's literally sound impregnating every single thing in that hologram. So by virtue of that fact, even a normal paint, any paint, it's water-based, is going to pick up some of those frequencies, and it's going to change the structure on an atomic level. So really, really powerful stuff. It's worth, if you ever get a chance to experience what it's like to be in between that. You can hear the sound now, and it won't sound, that extraordinary because it's just coming through the phone. But inside that is a different thing. It's a different thing. So we're going to do that with all the paint.
So that is the holographic sound system. Now that is something, again, that we find requires a bit of education to explain to people what it is. So can you explain what it is and why you introduced that to us, please?
Yeah, in actual fact, it's another one of those stories where, you get, I was invited to go to India to speak about water for the opening of an Ayurvedic clinic. And it's literally, this is the magic of life. If you just I call it spirit, if you let spirit guide you, then the magic happens. So there was many technologies that were being introduced at that clinic. I was there for water, and Kirsten Mako, a German lady, was there with this Mako system. And she actually, the system that you're showing is the P3 system, which is like the top of the line for listening, but also for healing. But she developed a holographic frequency therapy based on the same technology, and she was there. So, and we immediately hit it off, and it was like, there were 20 people there probably, and Kirsten and I arrived at the same time. So we were picked up from the airport, just the two of us. As we always do, we make room. So the conference is only 2 days, but I stayed for 7 days. And when we left, I left together with Kirsten. So already it was clear that we had to work with each other. And it was only much later when you guys, actually it was someone else, where we got a request from another clinic to, I want to make a recovery room. And so what do you guys think we should put in there? And we obviously said water and blah, blah, blah. And then I thought, wow, sound, hold on a second. So I contacted Kirsten, and it's just because it's such an amazing technology. First of all, there is any sound system. Music is healing in itself, right? Music is healing.
When it's at the right frequency.
Yeah, and when it's harmonic. And
Yeah.
it was a real shock for me that any sound system out there that uses a classical speaker, which is an area which actually produces pressure, is actually not good for you. I mean, we know. I mean, our kids are walking around with these bloody things, and you know that if you go into a discotheque, that it's harmful. It is harmful.
Yeah.
And again, this is pressure. It is pressure. So I was amazed to learn that this system was developed by Rudy Mecco. It is the only system, as far as I know, that produces natural harmonic sound. Nature produces sound very differently to a speaker system. Nature produces sound from a single point, and then it becomes a sphere, right? It actually goes out in a sphere. It's like when you throw a pebble into water, you can see the sphere coming up. That's natural. And one of the things that is very noticeable is that it is, because it's harmonic and natural, it hardly has any pressure. So if you stand next to a waterfall, it's a lot of noise, but there's no pressure. So that in itself is an amazing thing. And what this system does, indeed, as what Gary said, because you have two implosions, and that's the critical thing. Mother Nature uses the implosion, whether it's water, whether it's sound, whatever it is, it uses implosion to ennoble life, to go to the next octave. And therefore, what he has done, Rudy Mecco, is amazing. He actually developed this system where the sound is being imploded. And I mean, you have been in it, people that are in it. It produces three-dimensional harmonic sound. And your entire body, harmonic waves actually go through any matter. So it goes into your body, and any cells that are not in balance actually are almost, they get forced to become harmonic again. And we have so many different reactions. Some people start jerking because they have to release all this tension. Some people say, "Wow, I can feel it." So, but then also the quality is like amazing. It's like 3-dimensional. I mean, we can't describe it because you have to feel it and hear it. But it's the only sound system that is healing, that's actually harmonic, and it has 3-dimensional sound. I mean, I switched it off now because we have this interview, but it's on all the time.
In the house.
Yeah.
Well, I've got a question about that. The bad guys changed the frequency of music output 432 I can't remember which way round it is. You probably do.
440.
Yeah, 440. Yeah.
Yeah. How does that work if you're playing something from a phone that has been downloaded and probably has that frequency? How does that work?
Well, it's really interesting because Kirsten is also extremely sensitive. I mean, she knew we were going to see her together with Gary before we even told her. And she told me that she's actually a custodian of sound. That's her mission in life. That's her medicine. And it's funny that she's not into solfeggio frequencies, because the interesting thing with this system is it changes all frequency to harmonic waves. So it doesn't really matter what sort of frequency
what you put into it.
No. And in fact,
the easiest way to explain it is you have these Tibetan sound balls, crystal balls, and it takes a certain frequency for your body to react to it, to relax or do that. It takes much longer in this system because you're actually in it. So you have two speakers making a round circle, and they overlap, and you sit in between. So you're really in that 3D space. You're in the bubble, and what it does, it can send out any frequency because your body is also on a frequency. So it harmonizes, it resets, and resetting is vitally important for healing. So you get in from a critical anxiety, stress, day life, bad sleep, running around, whatever. You need to calm down. You need to sort of get in a position where you can reset yourself and feel that you are safe, that you can stop the fight and flight mode, that you can relax. In some cultures, they call it meditation. We call it just resetting. You sit in that bubble, and within 5 minutes, you feel you are in a blanket, in a bubble, and you feel safe. And then you can start releasing all these thoughts, but also all these feelings, because we are almost trained now to sort of think from our brain to calm ourselves and sit with it or whatever. That system allows you to just do nothing, just sit, listen to your favorite music, because it's not so much the frequencies, it's what it does to you, because it's similar to traumas. Trauma is how you perceive something that has happened to you. How do you lock something in your body that has happened to you? It's not the thoughts you have about something. No, it's how the body reacts. And that's why you need to find systems, and we are looking for those systems where we can take over the body and put yourself in a position in a short time. You sit in that sound bath for like an hour, and you feel totally different. You can start working on it, and yeah, that's amazing. We see people changing within an hour, facially. Obviously, a lot of emotions, because we sort of every hour we go through one box of tissues.
Actually,
Everybody
Gary was
believes-
funny. Gary was really funny.
And yeah, even Gary was in Germany with us. It took him 20 minutes, and then he just collapsed, in the sense of not being able to hold that emotion down again. And as soon as those your goosebumps there, when your goosebumps are there, and you feel that real chi in your body, then you know you're in the present, then you're in the now, and then you can take care of things. And that's the beauty of that sound system. Besides beautiful, obviously, acoustics, but there's no pressure. You can play it loud, you can play it soft.
Actually,
It's
there's
really
a lot more to be said about it, because it actually doesn't produce echo. It cannot echo. This is actually why. I mean, it is amazing, because the company was actually great. It started late 80s, and Rudy Mecco was world famous. I mean, even the Shah of Persia bought one of his systems. It was used in cathedrals. It was used for. It's particularly good for oral, so large halls where you have audiences. When the Pope came to Berlin in the 90s, it was actually the entire Olympic Stadium was equipped with this system.
Really?
Yeah, it was. I mean, but
I'd have thought the bad guys wouldn't like it.
well, very good point. So what I mean, first of all, if you start a company, my strong advice is never call it Phoenix, because the Phoenix has to burn and turn to ashes before it can rise again. And this has literally happened to Rudy Mecco. I mean, he's now 83, I think. He's bitter. It's almost a story like Victor Schauberger's story, where he was tremendously successful, and his system is so superior to anything else that apparently he was in a church in somewhere in Germany, and he was together with Mr. Bose. And Mr. Bose, because they were looking for a good solution, because some of these churches are just tremendously difficult to get good vocal sound. And Bose went first, and it was okay, but lots of stuff. And then Mr. Mecco came, and he had one of these implosion speakers, and he actually put it into a chandler with all crystal. With crystals in there. So everybody was like, "You can't do that because it's gonna wrinkle," and it just pulled it up, and it was brilliant noise. One of the things we often do is that we actually place a plastic bag over the speaker, because you will never see it vibrating. The harmonic waves just go straight through. It's amazing. But anyway, it started to be used by great performance. It was put into all sorts of cinemas, and then at some point and it's a very familiar story. The cinemas that had his systems went up into flames. Basically, his entire company was destroyed, which left him. He actually had, I think, 3 cancers. And the funny thing is, his wife Kirsten, who married him at a later stage, she developed the holographic frequency therapy. So that's a medical, but you can use that for playing music as well. And he cured himself with this system of his 3 cancers. Because essentially what that system does, they've taken it from a waterfall and they've taken like all natural frequencies. So your body sits in this hologram and it gets exposed. It sounds like it almost sounds like what's it called? White noise, right? So you literally, it almost sounds like you're hearing a waterfall. Water is goes shh. And the body gets exposed to all frequencies at the same time. It's a beautiful holistic solution, because and I've been in there twice. Gary's been in there and he knows about it. And the experience, actually on that day, your body reacts to the being offered all harmonic waves at the same time at all frequencies. And it's like, hey, my knee's itching. And then the therapist can actually focus on the knee, and then that's done. And then, hey, my head starts aching. So it's a very, basically it's offering everything to the body, and then the body decides what needs to be done. So it was really, we're very, very humble that we are allowed to help the Phoenix rise out of the ashes again, because this was the world's best system. And
that's why we've got it at Live 5D. But I remember when we first got it, my son, who's into his techno music and DJ, and he got in it and put that on.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, you told him off, and I was like, "How big can we get this?" Because I mean, in my head, I'm like, imagine a big rave with these speakers where everybody's healing instead of chewing their mouth because they've had too much amphetamine. It'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
Yeah, yes, it definitely would. But here's a notice that really, and we talked about it previously, because they've literally are still a very small company right now. That they don't even have stock. So I just want to warn the people that that are thinking about buying it. Literally, they are made to order. And it takes 6 weeks to 8 weeks to make them. So, but that's just that's the stage where this company is at, and this is where we're going to need quite a bit of money to start growing the company again, because the potential is like tremendous.
Well, it should be in every home. I mean, we should get rid of the old system completely.
Yeah, and if you're building a new house, I mean, and actually the 2 towers that you show, I think I got. Yeah, I can probably show, because that the most important thing is that small part, right? These are the towers that where are the towers? Here are the towers. Now that's just a system. That's a bulky one, but it's really meant for someone to sit in between them, a music lover. They actually are good for 100 square meters, so it's actually quite a big area. But the thing I want to say is that the mid-high frequencies are just made by this fairly small cones, and you can hang them in the ceiling. I mean, it doesn't have to be as bulky, which is also the P2 system is the little brother, and you can put those. It's half the price. But if you ask me, then the P3 is I mean, if you do this, then you might as well do it properly. But the P system works perfectly fine, and you can actually put the bass. You can put it anywhere. So all you have is these smaller cones that you can hang on the ceiling or hang on the wall. So it doesn't have to be as visible as these 2 towers. But yeah, I mean, if you in my view, any house, I mean, all houses have sound systems, and they're non-healing. they're actually damaging to your health.
Yeah, exactly. That's why the next project I'm going to do, I'm going to tell you guys about soon. But look, I know you're out of time and I'm out of time, but thanks for sharing your knowledge today. You guys watching, if you want to find out more information about either of those things, then the link's below the video. Thanks a lot, guys. Anything you want to say before we go?
Yeah, it's always too short.
you said, everything is on the website, and we gladly give support. And any questions in your comments, or we answer. So thanks very much again, Mark.
If you're in Holland, go and see them, because I know that some people are watching you last time and actually came to see you, didn't they?
Yeah, absolutely. No, we're getting a lot of
come to the shop.
And actually, that is the most beautiful thing. If people come here, then it's all about relationships. And
whereabouts are you in Holland again?
We're in Hilversum, which is like 25 minutes outside Amsterdam.
There you go. And where you have the good change. Oh, I'm such a child. I do that.
Thank you.
Great to see you.
Jij hebt een goede dag ook, hè?
He just said something rude to me in Dutch. Brilliant. Have a great day, guys, and thanks everybody.
Very well.
Bye, Mark.
Thank you. Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Are you spiritually protected? Are you wearing the armor of God? Are you prepared against the principalities of darkness that currently wreak havoc in our world? Spiritual warfare is a very real thing. Weapons of Mass Protection is the explosive and practical 5-star best-selling book from authors Abby Wynn and Mark Attwood, who both agree that humanity is in the midst of the biggest spiritual awakening in human history. If you feel like things ain't what they seem, if you feel you are under attack, get your weapons ready now. Weapons of Mass Protection. Practical tools for spiritual warfare. Out now.